So I was 11 at the time. I just thought I was like weirdly sick. So we end up getting a biopsy done. We see a specialist. That's the first time I was introduced to the doctor that I had, Dr. Pradal. And she diagnosed me with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I went through chemo. I was getting chemo, I think it was only once a week at the time. And then every 3 weeks I was getting a spinal tap and bone marrow checks every like 6 weeks or something like that. 8th grade, after I finished chemo, was pretty normal. Freshman year of high school was super normal. And then I started noticing I was a little bit more tired than I had been the last couple weeks. And because of already having cancer, I had been always feeling the lymph nodes over here. And I had one lymph node that just felt like it was there and not going anywhere, and it hadn't been there before. And so I said something to my parents, went back to the doctor, and we ended up going back to Dr. Pradal. We did another biopsy and CAT scan, and like 2 weeks later, I had cancer again. But they diagnosed it this time as acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I was actually like finishing chemo. Like I was like done with chemo the second time, just about. And they finally came in and they were like, "Hey Matt, have you ever thought about doing a Make-A-Wish?" And I was like, "I didn't think I qualified for that." And they were like, "Yeah, no, you went through chemotherapy, you qualified." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that. Cool, yeah, let's do one." I had been done with chemo. I go to college. I finished my first semester. I'm starting second semester. I think it was like late January. My dad calls me and he was like, "Hey Matt, what are you doing?" And I was like, "I don't know, I just got out of class." And he was like, "I just talked to Make-A-Wish. You have to take off of class this week in February." And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Well, we're gonna fly to LA and you're gonna be in a Mountain Dew commercial." I was like, "What? This is amazing. Are you serious?" And he was like, "Yeah, so your brother and 2 of your sisters are going with us." And I was like, "Yes, this is awesome." I emailed all my teachers, told all my friends. And then, the week actually happened. It was awesome. So they picked us up, they took us, it was on the USC campus. And so they had all these trailers set out for all the actors. They actually had one for me, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I get a trailer? This is cool." There's nothing in it, but I was like, I had a trailer with my name on it. They had me do wardrobe shots and stuff like that. So I had my wardrobe on when we arrived. I went to my trailer, I was hanging out, and that's when I met Shaun White for the first time. And I got to hang out with Shaun White all day. I met his mom. He was super cool. I think I filmed just 2 scenes. So there was one where it was it looks like kids are signing up for Dew University classes, and it was me getting my books, except it was bottles of Mountain Dew. And that was Shaun White, Alan Cook, and I doing that. And then there was another scene where it was just us standing in front of a fake Dew University brick sign. So at the end of the set that day, when they finished wrapping or doing everything, they had a room set up with all the stuff that you could win from the Mountain Dew, collect caps and win points and stuff. And they're like, "All right, Matt, you're in the room, pick 3." And I was like, "What do you mean pick 3?" And they're like, "You can have 3 of them." I chose, they had a Mountain Dew Santa Cruz snowboard, a Mountain Dew Powell skateboard, and a Mountain Dew limited edition Xbox, and I still have all 3 of them.
Oh.
And I look at it now and I was like, man, I'm a really bad actor. I was telling everybody to be quiet because I wanted to watch it. Every time. Didn't matter. I just wanted to watch it and be like, haha, that's me. And then people were like, "No, it's not." And I'd be like, "Look, when the coin flips, that's me on the back." And they'd be like, "No, it's not." "Oh my God, it is." It was so satisfying.
And do you? There are no academics to interfere with your education, leaving you free to pursue your interests. Whether it's skating, riding, or playing Xbox, just buy Dew, collect points, and log on to DoYou.com to redeem them for items within your chosen field. After all, education is a wonderful gift, but it's no Xbox.
Make-A-Wish or cancer doesn't just change the person that made the wish, it can change anybody that's involved with them. And that's also something I've noticed just from, I work as a nurse now. One of the other things that I do is I'm like, hey, I've been a patient. I've told my story, at least part of it, to so many of my patients. And just to help bridge that connection and say, I truly don't understand exactly what you're going through, but I've been through something similar. And I don't want you to feel like we're forgetting about you. I want you to feel like we're doing what we can to help you and address your needs, your wants, your pain. I don't want you to feel like you're alone. And I feel like that's one of the things that doesn't come naturally to most people, but I feel like it does to me specifically because of my experiences.